Now that you're here watching, it's time to start exploring how to plan a database. Before we jump into a DBMS and start building rows and columns and tables and relationships, we need to step back and start with the basics and paper. We can use paper or whiteboard or anything to organize our thoughts about what fields, tables, and relationships we will need in order to model a database. We will draw diagrams called entity relationship diagrams or AR diagrams that will show our tables, fields, and relationships that we will later translate into schema of our database. We will start by doing basic needs analysis. What does our database need to store? When you're designing a database, your needs will vary. Let's take a restaurant as an example. So we plan out and build that database. In our restaurant, we want to keep track of customers, dishes, events, orders, and reservations. We will offer our customers a discount on their favorite dish on their birthday too, so we need to keep track of their favorite dish. Let's start by building the customers table. To do that, think about an individual customer record, like we might keep on a note card or contact card. What information will be there? Customers have a name, and in order to personalize cards and messages without sounding like a robot, and because it is a good practice, let's use the first name field and the last name field. Let's add the email address, a phone number, and the birthday. We might as well add address. In the US, this will often include a street address, a city, and a state. In other countries or areas, the format of the address may be different. So if you need to accommodate other formats for the address, you'll need to do some research and see what the common practice is for storing addresses in those regions. Now let's turn to the dishes table. We will keep track for the dishes we offer, so we can print a menu and associate favorite dishes with customers. A dish will have a name, a description, and price. Okay, pretty straightforward. And now let's turn to the events. For each event, we want to include the name of the event and the date. Let's also add a description of the event that we could use on invitation cards. These cards each represent one of each kind of thing we want to keep track of. We will have many of each type of information, like stacks of cards, with each card representing one customer, one dish, or one event. And that's why we start putting information into rows inside of tables. That's a good start for planning the structure or schema of our database.